Hello, welcome to Pike Creek Farm. It's Sunday. I'm going to try and get this video up today. Sometimes my internet doesn't cooperate. But it's Sunday, and if this is your first time here, my name is Renee, and thank you so much for joining me. It feels like summer is hitting Michigan, spring. It's beautiful outside. It's been sunny and warm, and everything's starting to bloom, and I just love this time of year, how green everything gets. I love the green grass and our trees and just how it even smells out here. Well, most days, not the days they spread manure, but that's part of living in the country. Oh, and the sun's coming out. I'm gonna be blind. Let me shift. So I just thought I would stop in today. I've been doing this on Sunday and just bringing you along with what I've been doing. I went to church today and our church garden is mainly planted. There's still some empty spots. I'm trying to get so I can actually look at the screen so the sun's not in my eyes. Oh, and I don't want to complain about that. But today I wanted to update my canning plan and what I'm doing. Yesterday I went shopping and picked up a few things, and I grabbed some Mrs. Wages mixes. I like to use her salsa mixes and the pasta mixes, and I like to can a lot of tomato products. So I picked up like 3 of those now so that it's not an expense later on. And sometimes they're hard to get. Sometimes they're like, if you don't get them now, you won't get them in August, which is when we usually get... Sorry about the wind. August, when we usually have tomatoes start coming. Yeah, so we're doing our garden plan, and my husband's like, we get a weekly veggie box, and he says, plant what you need. So I'm thinking I'm planting for canning because I get enough in the weekly box from our neighbor. Jim traps for him, and we get a weekly box. And to give my fresh veggie needs, but I need to make sure I have beets for pickled beets, and I have beans for canning beans, and tomatoes for tomato products, and peppers, and all those things. So I will have a garden, but I have to think about what I need. And so I have a plan, and I picked up, I think I showed it in an earlier video, I picked up some of the Dollar Tree stackable ones, which aren't real heavy duty, but I'd like to have it right here by the house and have like herbs and lettuce and radishes and that, so just outside my kitchen. Because the garden isn't far, but it's in the back, in the open. It's in an old pasture, actually. Very fertile soil. And we have fun doing it, but gardening is also a lot of work. But good for the soul. And I have the church garden I have access to, and then so I'm very fortunate that there's places to get fresh vegetables here very easily. And not just me, but people who don't have room for a garden or aren't physically able to garden. So I'm very thankful that we live in a community where, I hear the chickens, where that's available. I am digging through my pantry and I'm digging out dry beans. I have some garbanzo beans here, I'll show you, and then I know I have black beans and navy beans in there. So I'm gonna get those all soaking this week, and probably Tuesday I will can up dry beans. And you can put all different kinds in the canner at the same time. You can even mix them in the jars. So between that and I am making a really special rhubarb jam. I'm pretty excited. It's strawberry rhubarb, but it's called Spring Celebration, and it's a Bernardin recipe, and it has mint in it and lemon juice. So I'll be bringing that. I'll be doing a video. I gotta show you that, and we'll see if we like it or not. I was told by a family member that, well, if we don't like it for jam, it'd make great mojitos. You just have to reinvent it. Whoa, windy. I should probably go in and finish it up there so I'm not trying to keep out of the sun and have my hair blow all over. But I wanted to show you how beautiful and green it is. It's just, and the birds. The Orioles won't come here while I'm outside, but we have about 10 Orioles that have been coming, so we enjoy that. I think this is called a bridal veil. And look, it is just popping. You can see the bees and stuff maybe. They are enjoying these blooms. Before I go inside, I thought I would show you that. There's a white lilac back here that is blooming. Let me show you. It smells so pretty. So I need to come pick some of these, cut some and put in the house. But I thought I would show you that quick before I go in. I'm going to change out of church clothes and pick the rhubarb. It's doing so well. There is a lot, and it will keep coming as long as I keep picking it, not cutting it, but pulling it. It just keeps coming for the next 2 months. But it's always so, we enjoy it so much this time of year, this first harvest, and it just tastes so special. Come on, Ellie. Come on, girl. She dawdles. Here she comes. She has to check for any critters. But I don't know if you can see. See, look at the rhubarb there. It is doing good. So let's go in and finish up. Before we go in, I thought I would show you the video I took this morning after church of the church garden. And they have so many plants planted. This is like tomato plants, and there's zucchini plants and cucumber plants. And they have them all protected. That was a tomato plant. But it's an amazing garden, and there's 3 guys that work on this, and it is just amazing. And it's for the whole community and everyone, not just our church. Look at the lettuces. They're going to be ready soon. Fresh greens, yay. There's some cucumber plants. They have all different kinds of lettuces. They have cabbage growing. There's a row of carrots. They have red beets, like 4 big rows of red beets. They have different kinds of onions and potatoes, and there's peas growing. That's where they have the poles and the mesh netting stuff for the peas to grow up. And they do snap peas, and they do regular peas, and they do the pea pods also. Here's more lettuces, kale, and this will go on and on all season. They just take beautiful care of it. So here's my dry beans. I'm all windblown. Here's my dry beans. One of them that I'm going to use. These are garbanzos. And I just need to soak these overnight. I'm going to have like 3 bowls of beans soaking. These navy beans and black beans. Missy. It's not food that you'd want to eat. And I'm going to get them all canned up and on my pantry shelf. I know I can use them as dry beans, but I forget to soak them. And when it's dinner time and we've been working outside or I've been at work, I just like the convenience of just grabbing a jar off the shelf. And I get locally grown beans. These aren't, but like my navy beans and black beans are growing right in the fields around our house. And I like that I'm supporting local farmers. And it's like $2 a bag, and I get quite a few jars. So it's cheaper than buying them in the store. And beans are pretty economical in the store. So that's the canning plan this week. Rhubarb jam, jelly, and beans. We're stocking those shelves. And there was one more thing I wanted to, it's been on my heart a lot. And I have a son who has a young family, and he was telling me how much he spent on groceries, and it was like $400. I said, $400? He goes, well, Mom, we needed toilet paper and paper towels and laundry soap, and so non-food items too. You know, he goes, and ground beef is this price, and it was actually on sale, and they go out to eat some, but not excessively, and you know, the kids are home all day with their mother, and she makes their meals, and so it's a lot of food and snacks and things like that, and I'm just, $400, you know, and that won't last them a month. There are so many families that can't afford that, and the prices aren't going down, they're going up. I mean, I went and picked a few things up yesterday, not on I didn't have a full list, it wasn't pickup, so then, you know, you spend extra. But it was mainly produce and some cheese, some dairy, and it was like $90. That's really tough for young families, I think. And I go back to what my mom taught me, and it's how I try to cook, and I'm going to be more conscious of showing that in my videos, my cooking videos. I remember Mom's telling me that you might think that roast is more expensive. That's back when like ground beef was 99 cents. But she goes, out of this roast, we can have like 4 dinners and then even a lunch. You know, because you have roast the one night, maybe hot beef sandwiches the next night. She would make a casserole, or she would cut up the leftover potatoes, carrots, onions, and meat and make hash and add eggs to it if it needed more. I mean, she was great at stretching. And she taught me all that stuff as I was, you know, growing up, and how she planned her shopping based on what's on sale and not just going out with a list. And you know, that was back when every store had sale flyers that were delivered to the house, and now they're not. But that's how I was taught. And my son, his family, they did coupons, they did discounts, customer perks, and it still came, you know, she was proud because she got like $150 off with couponing and BEM perks. So she did good. So that just was on my heart, and I wanted to see what you guys thought. You know, if you thought there was a need for videos showing that, how to plan your meals to make your budget stretch further, because I can do that. So that's what's going on, and just some of my thoughts I wanted to share with you, and I love hearing your thoughts too and your ideas. I just love that sense of community and how we work together. So thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for the upcoming videos. We'll see you next time at Pike Creek Farm.